You're listening to Not the Sermon with Eric and Jamie.
So, the new thing, evidently, now that video's available, is that Eric is going to do some sort of weird visual gag during the opening. And this time, Sermonauts, he started acting like he was playing the flute.
I think that's a flute on the opening song. It's probably not. It's probably a piano that's mixed to sound like that.
You inspired me to play the theremin.
The theremin.
Well, here's what was funny. He turns to me as he's doing it, and he goes, "The flute," like I didn't know what he was doing.
I wanted to make sure that everybody knew.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the flute. No, I get it. Thank you for the...
Hey, are we fluting the Skybalon right now?
Oh, fluting the Skybalon.
Someone...
I mean, it could have been the piccolo.
Getting our woodwinds on.
Getting our woodwind. The flute's not a woodwind. It's a brass.
It is a brass, you're right.
Oh, man.
Until it's not, and some band kid is like shrieking right now.
Actually,
they're shrieking at their Best Buy job right now. Anyways, yes, someone was making fun of us about how often we explain things.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do it anymore.
Listener, we explain things when we tell you what they mean, without assuming that you already know.
Yeah, the assumption is
that's what an explanation is.
For all of you little small business people who don't want to be big business, you always got to assume you got new customers, okay? And new customers aren't going to hang around if they don't know what's going on, all right?
That's right.
So what is shooting the Skybalon?
Shooting the Skybalon is just shooting the breeze.
Shooting the breeze. Skybalon is a Greek word for dung, so we're basically shooting...
here comes the blip.
You know what I'm saying?
There it is. So this is when we just talk about what's going on, maybe in our lives, in church, whatever. So it's our water cooler talk.
Yeah.
What's going on with you, dude?
Dude, I'll tell you what's going on with me. It's been going on with everybody in our staff.
Is this the crazy lady?
Yeah, this is a crazy lady.
Okay.
So a couple weeks ago, and it's just how the episodes and all the travel and stuff, it puts us a little bit behind. So we're both thinking... future and past. But anyways, a couple weeks ago, we had a trunk or treat, which is a Halloween alternative for all of our evangelical Protestant community members.
Yes.
So that we don't have to worship demons. Well, anyways, so it's just, you guys know what a trunk or treat is. And so we're hosted one at our church, and we put out an ad. And just to the community, and we made sure that the ad was only
just
for
local.
just local. I don't want people in Detroit knowing we're having one here.
Right.
And but all of a sudden, we start getting harassed. And is harangue a word? Harangue?
Yes.
I think it is.
Harassed and harangued on
harassed and harangued.
I think it's the way you say it.
Yeah.
Harangued
on social media. And I'm telling you, this chick is absolutely bananas, guys.
And she's not from here. She's like in the New England area or Canada or something.
Yeah. So this, just so you know why that's crazy, is because she searched on Facebook.
She had to.
Trunk or treat. And she's probably been sending this to dozens or hundreds of churches. But she says...
Oh, here it comes.
Stop engaging your children in such a demonic, high satanic holiday. If you continue, you're inviting demons into your home, and your children's blood is on your hands.
Yeah,
that's just part one,
dude. It goes on. Don't they call us a synagogue of Satan?
Yeah. So Christian witch church. Shame on you.
Shame.
You can't make evil good and say it's okay, cause C-U-Z, cause everyone else is doing it.
C-U-Z.
Because she goes cousin because like just choose
make a choice.
Because you are making it less demonic. Well, you can't make it less demonic, and for my church to engage in it, look, we're not your church. Then that church is walking down the wide path that leads to destruction.
So hold on. Before you continue, so do you think this could be someone on the inside posing with a fake account?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there's anyone this nuts.
I would do it.
Oh, I'm sure
I know
you would.
But this lady, I mean, she's got a good track record of those boomer from the chin up profile pics. Going back the past couple years. So
I like it when you do the voice better.
Yeah. Don't you know your Bible? You should not be engaging in any shape or form. Their blood as well as your own is on your hands. Let me find the good part. Halloween is demonic. If you continue in such activity, the others side road travelers will follow the oath that leads to destruction. Please heed and repent. How dare you, you synagogue of Satan?
How dare you?
Yeah. So Yeah, this lady is like
maybe it's Greta.
Yeah, this is the Greta Thunberg of Halloween.
Clutching pearls.
Dude, she didn't even have. She's clutching kitty litter, is what she's doing. She's not.
So someone screenshot it and put it on our internal messaging that we have.
I did
with our staff.
I put her out on blast.
Actually, multiple people did. And they were like, "What do we do? Should we respond?" I was like, "Don't respond. Don't give her the time of day." And then I told the people what's funny is that she's doing the very thing she's accusing us of doing, because we are having an alternative to Halloween where we'll be giving out, or at this time we have already done it, gave out candy to children. And she's claiming that we're somehow worshiping Satan against our will.
Yeah.
Oh no! She is the one.
I accidentally worshiped Satan today.
She's the one who's partnering with the devil by accusing the brethren, because that's what Scripture actually says.
And the sistren
is that the devil's the accuser of our brothers and sisters, and so she's the one who's actually being satanic.
Yeah, she's also not taking her medications. I feel bad for people like that.
Yeah.
Especially as deep as she went, like synagogue of Satan, the blood of your children is on your hands. She's not driving on the right side of the road. She
is terrified.
Yeah.
Like think about her. She has made the devil and demons so big. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they are far more powerful than God in her mind.
Yeah. I was talking to an international Christian, and they were like, yeah, anytime I see someone on the internet persecuting us, I just screenshot a picture of them and pray for them.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, because I roast them.
So they're Christians.
International Christians are way better than us.
Dude. Bro, they are. They are.
Yeah, it's tough. But, it is what it is. And I'll let her. It sounds almost like Jewish roots. She also she wouldn't say God. She kept saying Yah.
Yah.
Yah and Yeshua and stuff like that. And that just kind of tells me that you're not smoking on the same stuff I'm smoking on.
Right. Right. Well, and it's weird. It's odd for us because we don't get a lot of that. Like,
No.
we really don't. Like,
No.
like even our people, sometimes people have questions or they'll ask for, clarification on something we say or do or whatever. But like in general, everyone's just happy and loves the Lord and wants to worship Him.
It's very rare that we have a rogue agent like that, like an outside critic. Now, we've had people inside get upset, but it's always in love. And we always, are able to
work it out.
Yeah, work it out. But like outside critics, I mean, I can't really think, aside from your stalker that you had that one time.
Yeah.
This may have been like, I think she's one of
No, we've had a couple online ones. One of them was memeing us, remember?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dude, they were taking live screenshots, going to our pastor's pages, and then had this atheist they would call it a poop posting group, like just being ugly and like memeing us on their Facebook page, and we just had to block them.
This seems like new persecution, like the modern version of
internet trolls.
like scriptural persecution. The promise is going to happen. Like this is usually, and back then they would kill you, but now they're just going to roast you online. Like,
Imagine if Paul were born today and he was like, I regret I memed many Christians back in my day.
And he was getting memed too. He was getting memed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
he finally got canceled.
Scripture says you're blessed when you're persecuted for His name's sake. So I'll be blessed.
Yeah, I guess. I like moderately blessed.
Just a little bit of blessing.
Is it His name's sake, really? It's just for giving out candy.
Yeah.
Well, it's for ministering to our community.
Look, let's politicize this. This woman hates candy.
Oh, yeah.
She's a part of Big Nutrition.
Yeah.
And this is a false flag attack.
That's right. Inside attack.
On Halloween from Big Nutrition.
And because candy is tracking you.
Yes.
With biomarkers.
Yeah, biomarkers.
Mars bars.
They're actually alive inside your blood system now once you eat a Mary Jane.
Yes, and they're causing extreme growth of the extremities.
Yes.
I've noticed that my pinky fingers are getting longer.
I have too. Yeah, it's turning you into a witch.
So really, she's just looking out for our well-being.
Or is she? Maybe it's better that my pinkies get bigger. You don't know.
You don't know.
Sorry, I was fluting.
Yeah,
I'm a flautist.
Oh, wait, what was it? Can you whisper it to me while you're doing it and make sure I know?
Flouting.
Flouting.
So
have you seen the video someone made where Trump starts playing the The flute?
No, can he play the flute?
No. Well, he says that someone asked if he knew a musical instrument. He said, yeah, I played the flute like in high school or middle school. And then they turn it into a video where he actually, like an AI video.
That would be
hilarious.
A great like PR thing for him. I think he would be hated a lot less if he could crush it on the flute.
Really, it didn't help me at all.
Imagine if, imagine you're mad. You're like, Arc de Trump, my rose, and then you're mad at the Orange Man, and then he sits down and just plays you a beautiful melody on the flute.
It worked for Ron Burgundy.
Yes. Yeah. Like, you're like, no kings. And then you hear him playing. You're like, maybe some kings.
You come under his spell.
Just an occasional thing.
He's the Pied Piper. Yeah.
Comes out Kenny G and everybody.
Speaking of the Pied Piper.
Okay.
And
I'm not good with fables, Jamie.
The holiday.
The holidays. We just got done talking a little bit about our experience with Halloween, but we wanted to throw in a little bit of shady theology. But we need to sing first because I've gotten in a bad habit of starting a segment before we do our signature opening. So you get your tea in.
That's not tea.
Get your coffee in.
It's not coffee.
Milk.
Okay.
Get your muscle milk in.
Muscle milk.
All right. Me. Shady theology. It was good. It was good, and then it was bad, and then it was good again. I like it.
I thought it was consistent.
I think I lost my breath.
Yeah.
Lost my breath.
Well, I didn't have breath support.
Found it.
I'm gonna get you to sing on this podcast. That's my goal.
So Shady Theology is a segment where we look at faith and theology, things that kind of everybody's doing, but you might want to be a little cautious around. And since we're like in the middle of some of the major holidays in America, we just had Halloween. We're moving into Thanksgiving, and then we'll have Christmas here just in a short while.
For a lot of people, Christmas has started, though. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, dude, that's shady theology. Scratch everything. I'm calling out Walmart. I'm calling out Lowe's. I'm calling out everybody that skipped Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I love Halloween and Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I love the vibe. They're irreplaceable. I don't want your greens and your reds and your pine smells just yet. I want to smell some pumpkins. I want to see some spooky stuff, and I want to see some pilgrims.
I want turkey and dressing.
Yes.
Every week.
Yeah, that's my rant. But anyways, each one of these holidays sort of has their own like signature symbol. Celebration. And so, for Halloween, it's the
jack-o'-lantern,
the pumpkin, pumpkin. And then, for Thanksgiving, it's the turkey and the pilgrims,
the
cornucopia, exactly, which was never on the Fruit the Loom logo, apparently.
The unintentional genocidal disease.
I wasn't going to go there, but anyways. And then with the Christmas, you have like the Christmas tree. Santa Claus is but let's just talk about the Christmas tree. And I've met a lot of Christians, dude, that have a problem. Not necessarily with Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving kind of gets a pass, but especially with the pumpkin and the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And the Thanksgiving, we're just throwing that in there because it's there. And none of that means what we think it actually means. So,
right.
But I guess the shady theology is like how do Christians handle what some people would call pagan symbolism, right? Or pagan idolatry.
Yeah.
And obviously the answer is if you dig deep enough, you'll find out that it's neither. It's neither Christian nor pagan. It's just kind of a cultural thing. But how do Christians manage this sort of secular symbolism when we're called to be a set apart holy people?
Right. Well, I think what's shady is when you go into like an extreme. So if you are like up at all hours of the night searching the dark web for like some kind of ancient lore about where some symbol came from, I think you're out of balance. I've mentioned this before, but William Lane Craig says, if you have to do research to determine what something used to mean, that means it doesn't mean it anymore.
Yeah.
And so you can rest assured it doesn't mean that. Like you can in good faith move forward knowing that you're not doing something bad.
Yeah.
The other side of that, though, is not paying any attention and being oblivious and just taking what the culture gives you, right?
I know specifically around Halloween and arguably Christmas as well, but we'll talk about Halloween for a second. I know like Christians who I think they take it a little too far. I mean, they're like wearing Jason versus Freddy shirts, and they're just really like gory, demonic symbolism instead of, like pumpkins and fall.
That concerns me far more than what it seems most people are concerned about with Halloween. To me, the violence and the fear is the stuff I'm really concerned about. The jack-o'-lanterns and skeletons, I'm not really concerned about those things nearly as much as like just the horror movies and that kind of stuff that actually is hurting people, hurting kids who are flipping channels or streaming and they come across this stuff. That's what concerns me. And the same with Christmas. With Christmas, there is a very real, and we've talked about it before. Consumerism and greed. I mean, greed is a well-known top-tier sin in Scripture, but yet no one seems to be concerned about that.
So is witchcraft.
They're more concerned about Christmas trees.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm like, well, I mean, we can talk about where those came from, but like, what about the greed? What about the clear evident sin that's sometimes associated with
Christmas is kind of given a free pass. Now, I definitely know some Christians. We know some Christians that like hate Christmas trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Put your hand down. You're not.
I wrote a song called Burn Christmas Tree Burn one time.
Oh,
wow.
Man.
Yeah, so.
Was that before or after your psych visit?
It's just a new
How are the meds? Are they settling in?
It was just a Saturday night.
It reached full efficacy?
Well, it was probably a positive song though, right? It was.
No.
Oh,
those were the only lyrics.
I was trying to.
So do you hate Christmas because you're a contrarian, or do you hate Christmas because you believe there are genuine?
Or do you hate Christmas because you hate baby Jesus?
Do you hate Jesus or do you hate us? Which one?
I love Jesus. I just don't know if that's his birthday, but
it's not.
So no, it's the greed aspect of it.
Sure.
I hate what it's become. It's not that I'm a contrarian. I don't understand. I don't understand why I would take up somebody else's
laughter.
No, take up their traditions.
Yeah.
Like I want my traditions. I want things that are important to us as a family. And so.
Well, I noticed you wore pants though, so that's a tradition.
I did. No, they're shorts.
Okay.
No, but like I want to. I like the idea of doing things because they're special to us, not because that's just what everybody does.
Yeah, sure.
And so if that makes me contrarian, then that's what that is. But I want things to mean more than just
a cultural thing that everyone does.
I don't understand that.
That makes sense.
And so because of that, like I've tried to do different things for our family. Like sometimes we'll go on vacation, and like sometimes we've done things where we give our kids money and have them buy for other people, and trying to teach them
we've done that.
The aspect of not being greedy, not being just like everybody else. We don't have to do everything like we don't trick or treat at our house. My kids hate me right now because of that. Not literally, but metaphorically. But they're understanding that it's important to trust me, and to know that there's a reason, even though I don't have to never necessarily be able to explain that reason. If they would trust me, that they'll understand it one day, because some things they don't want to understand. They just want to go get candy, right?
Sure.
And so those are the things that keep me from being all in with like Christmas and Halloween and stuff like that. I just don't do them, because I feel like until my family, especially my children, can really buy into what it's supposed to mean, or the purpose of it, not porpoise, but purpose, the purpose of it, then I don't want it to have anything to do with it until they can figure it out.
Sure.
And so like, that's kind of my context with it.
That makes sense. I understand that. And I understand that. And I was messing with you about being a contrarian for contrarian's sake.
I don't think I am. Sometimes I am. It depends on the mood.
Look, you have to say, we don't think you're a contrarian, and then you'll say you are. So that's proving our point.
It depends on the mood.
That's exactly right.
It depends on the mood I'm in.
But
you're a contrarian. No, I'm not.
I love how you answer. I love how you answer that though. You're like, hey, for my family, that's cool. But what I think we're talking about, and what gets out of hand, is when Christians have a personal conviction that may or may not be from the Lord, and may be from their own culture or their own family, and they're trying to put it on everyone. We've never trick-or-treated either. Our family never did. I never did growing up. We always had alternatives at church where we could have a good time, have fun, but be separate, be distinct, and have our own version of things. And so, I'm all in on Christmas, baby. I mean, give me the tree, give me the lights, all that kind of stuff. And people who get upset about the symbols, to me, I may have mentioned this before, but the Celtic way of evangelism is about the story of St. Patrick. He used pagan symbols to preach the gospel to Ireland. And it worked. Unlike the current assimilation tactics of the Roman Catholic Church at the time, he was actually able to have people fall in love with Jesus. Yeah. And he used their own symbology, much of which is still alive today and still used in Christian circles today.
Dude, I think about like in terms of like mission, like international mission and stuff like that, the people that have a problem with Christmas trees and pumpkins it would blow their mind if they went to another country, an Eastern country, and tried to preach the gospel.
Right.
Like it's a cultural thing. And what I was going to say,
and then, let me just say this too. That's a good point. I bet you some of them, out of love for the Lord and love for the people, would actually end up doing what we're talking about, using that country's
out of love and compassion,
using that country's culture to preach the gospel. But within our own culture, they've just been conditioned to hate these things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you go to other countries, one we were at recently, and the ladies are still wearing the traditional religious attire of that religion, but they're Christians,
right?
Anyways, here's what I think. I think traditions are important for cultural identity.
Yeah.
I think when you don't have a cultural identity, then you're missing out on at least part of what it means to be human.
Yeah.
In your culture. That's why I hate this turn away from like patriotism. Like I reject nationalism, but like people, I was talking to someone recently who they were basically in different words ashamed to be an American, and I'm like, what do you mean by that? Well, they have been conditioned to think that the flag and loving your country is a bad thing, but like the same. As far as like holidays,
they've never been out of the country then.
Yeah, I was about to say, but like when it comes to these holidays, I think having since humans have walked the earth, both Christian and non-Christian, they have had festivals and celebrations around the seasons and around their religion that gave them a sense of cultural identity, i.e., an understanding of what it means to be human.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, it's fun.
It's fun,
and there's nothing wrong with having fun, Christians.
Yeah.
Joy is a fruit of the Spirit. Seriousness is not.
And last thing, the William Lane Craig thing, you said, like, if you have to search back like super far to find out if something was like not good, then it's probably fine.
Yeah.
So I was just looking up some stuff on like the jack-o'-lantern, like the pumpkin. It's an Irish tradition from something that they had in Ireland where some dude used to walk around with a gourd with a candle in it. And when they got to the United States, they found that pumpkins work better. And so the Irish, at least in some sense, started carving pumpkins and putting lanterns and stuff in them. So that's like an Irish tradition. The Christmas tree was something that originated in Germany. And there's even a tradition that says Martin Luther began putting lights on Christmas trees to kind of redeem that tradition. And then the Germans move over to the United States. And so, dude, a lot of these holidays, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, they're testaments to the American spirit and Christianity within America. And I think it's okay. Like, I'm not mad at sometimes I am mad at my American Christianity, but there's parts of it that are good, and the parts of it that give me identity as a human being. Like recently, your son sent us that video of those two Brits going to an Alabama football game. Yeah. And they're like, dude, this is awesome.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like the best thing ever. It's like, and people may not celebrate Halloween or Christmas, but like, man, sitting around the TV watching football, that's a cultural tradition.
And can you get in trouble? Can you sin doing that? Yes, you can. You can sin going to the convenience store down the road.
Yeah, you can.
You can,
sin
boy.
On the way.
So
you can zen.
Yay!
So sermon out, write this down. Eric's for idolatry. Okay, great segment. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Sermonauts, you're in for a treat right now because we are going to answer your questions with a little seggy we call Houston, we have a question.
Nice. You did it.
You like that?
I did.
I said everything right. I didn't mess it up.
Yeah.
We have 3 questions this morning, Eric.
Goodness gracious. Do we have the time?
No. Yeah, we do. These will be pretty quick. This first one I absolutely love because this is from
I was going to do the same thing.
This is from a listener named Tommy, and the question, the way he phrased this is so funny. Yeah. I love this. So this is what he goes. This is what he says. Last night, I was relaxing from a hard day's work in my lazy boy when I got a craving for my drumstick ice cream cone. I yelled for the woman to get me one. She looked in the freezer and said, I must have eaten them all because there weren't any in there. I said, woman, there best be one in there. I got up and sure enough, all my drumsticks were gone. I know one of those kids ate it, but I don't know which one, and I'm going to find out. Do y'all think it's okay to cast lots to see who the guilty one is? And while we're at it, is it okay to cast lots when making important decisions?
Yeah, I love the hard transition from situation to question.
To theological question. Okay,
so whiplash.
If you don't know, casting lots is in the Bible. It's actually the way the disciples chose Judas's replacement, Matthias, was through casting lots.
Yeah.
Which was a system. It was kind of like the equivalent of our dice. When you would cast, it would fall on a specific person.
Daddy needs snake eyes.
Come on, 7. Come on, 7. And so it's a very seemingly unspiritual way to almost like let fate decide.
I think we use the term random.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's going to be next. And so we love the question, Tommy. Thank you so much for that phrasing. It was hilarious.
I'm all for it. I'm going to be honest. Like, because I feel a lot of times that God is random anyway. Yeah. So I'm all for it. Cast lots, man.
So when would be, so let's just say for our context, it's rolling dice, right? So when would you roll dice and just trust that the Lord's going to move the dice in the way he wants?
I mean, right there, one of them kids are going to get in trouble.
Yeah, for your kids, you're playing evens and odds. Like
there's nothing fair in my household, and they all know that.
Yeah,
like we don't believe in fair.
Yeah, sure.
Same.
So we always define fair is not same. Fair is what's best for each one of you.
That's way better than mine. Mine is there's no such thing as fair.
Whatever most benefits me is fair.
Yeah. Fair's not the same.
Aubrey does that. My daughter, like at the dinner table, like there's the husband's seat, the husband's and father's chair. Like that's what I grew up.
You never
sat in your dad's chair. Well, my chair just happens to be at a great angle of the television.
Of course.
And so she will put her plate there, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she's like, I want to watch the television. I'm like, yeah, that's my chair. And she's like, who says it's your chair? I say it's my chair. And if you want to eat off the floor,
right? Have you used the in my house?
Oh yeah,
in my house.
Yes, I have. But then she'll say it's not your house, it's our house, and I'm like, touche.
You could be outhouse.
Yeah.
so for real, Eric, when casting lots, is that like that's weird?
It's funny.
That could be a Bible says what,
and it is a way that people in many ancient cultures, not just Judaism, would make decisions. They, Native Americans have been known to do that. People all around the world, many religions and cultures have had some game of chance. Drawing straws is not something new,
right? But do you think it's something we should practice?
Not at all. Not at all. I think, and I know where you're going to go with this, I think that is pre-Holy Spirit.
There you go.
And I think now we have the Spirit of God in us and we can use like a literal supernatural discernment to make decisions and not use dice.
Have you ever grounded a child that you weren't sure if they were the one that did it?
No.
I have.
Yeah, you do. You have to instill fear in the one who may have done it.
Like the other ones need to see it too.
Yeah. Punish in front of them.
Yeah, I would punish the group. But I wouldn't mistakenly single out one.
You're doing it wrong, dude.
I would do the group.
You punish one severely and you reward the other two. And then the one, if the one that did it wasn't punished, then they'll beat up the other one.
The truth will come out.
Yeah, they'll beat up the other one.
It'll all work out amongst them.
All right, let's get to our next question. This is from Sermonaut Stephen. He says, hey guys, have you all considered, he's not from the South. No, it says, have y'all, never mind. Have you all considered the possibility of recording all of your hilarious songs to an album?
No.
I have. I would love to. The amount, and it'd be fun to do. I've thought about it.
Jamie, you would fly us all to Vegas to do a live show for 3 people. That's how you feel about this show. I, on the other hand, have other ways to pay my bills.
Well, the truth is that the musical segments are close to my heart.
Well, because you are 100% the producer.
Jamie's like, "Hey guys, what if we made up a song on the spot today about light bulbs? Would you like that?" And then we all just kind of have to say, "Yeah, that'd be great."
as we watch you create the song about light bulbs.
Oh, stop it! So, I would love to. Thank you, Stephen. I would love to do that.
Are you crying right now?
I like how you consider that a compliment.
Well, no, I didn't. Cause I was like, thank you for the question, Stephen. Okay. It would be. We could do this. We could do this.
Here he is.
No. Listen, I don't have the time. I don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
Because if I wanted to do it, I would want to do like a full band, like drums and bass, and whole. And that could happen, but I just don't think
we could. Hey, at some point we could release a Christmas album.
That would be awesome.
I just want to do the one about Calvinism.
Well, we've already done Calvinist Christmas carols and Pentecostal Christmas carols, and I've got one in the hopper I'm thinking about.
We should, if we do, we should. Well, we don't have time, but I'd be in for a Christmas album.
A Christmas album.
That's low stakes. It's all funny.
We only have 2 Christmas songs, though, don't we?
We'll write a couple more.
EP.
Okay.
Look, we'll just give you a Red Bull and let you in a pencil and paper and let you lock you in a room. You'll come out with you'll have a Christmas carol for each denomination and every cult by the end
6 hours.
Of it. Yeah.
6 hours.
Okay. All right. So this one is from regular listener Jonathan. We hear from Jonathan a lot. He goes, "I'm still here." He says this: "No man knows," in quotes, he's referring to the day when Jesus comes back. "No man knows the winning lottery numbers. However, some still win the lottery. Guessing the numbers correctly doesn't mean I, quote, know. This logic can be used to say that the rapture will not happen on the day that someone predicts it is ridiculous, or is it?"
Yeah. And that's the whole thing where you've always heard when someone predicts the end of the world, someone will say, well, since they predicted it, it's not going to happen now. But he's saying just because there's like predicting something doesn't indicate knowledge of something. Right. So could someone technically predict the end of the world?
Could you imagine God's been waiting to come back for like years, but someone keeps predicting it. So he's like, God, I can't go anymore.
Dude.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure this came from there's a quote minister, I use that term loosely, in South Africa, Joshua someone, who predicted recently that Jesus would come back. Of course, he was wrong. He's been unrepentant. Yeah. And he's really hurt a lot of people because people trusted him and they were doing crazy stuff. A lot of people did
that in 2020 too.
Yeah.
I think the term is even the clock is right. A broke clock.
Even a stop clock is right twice
a day.
Yes. And so, but he's shown no remorse. And so because of people predicting, Jesus coming back on a certain day, what do you think? Do you think God?
I don't think God's like waiting on the edge of a cloud saying, they can't do it.
So there's
going
to be one guy.
Yeah.
One guy who wrote in his blog and he happened to predict the right day.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like going up to heaven like, I got it.
Yeah.
I actually got it right.
I've passed a test by clicking C on every one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, did I know what was going on?
Yeah.
No. Did I pass the class? Yes.
I don't think when Jesus comes back is going to be affected by whether or not someone predicted. I do, though, according to Scripture, know that it is affected by whether or not we pray for it.
Yeah, I definitely think we can hasten. I mean, the Bible's clear that we can hasten the coming of the Lord. But like I said, I don't think. I think when Jesus is referring to that, like when he's saying like no man knows the day, I think it's like a collective agreement of when that time is going to be.
It's not like no one can guess.
Yeah, of course you can guess, but I don't think there's going to be like a universal collective agreement on like, the day that Jesus is coming back.
Right.
I don't think we can collectively agree on anything. So I don't think we even have to worry about that. But
it's just that there will not be sufficient evidence. There'll be signs. Right, the signs of the times, but there won't be sufficient evidence for everyone to be sure that he's coming back at this time.
The purpose of him saying that was just to be ready.
Right,
it's to be prepared.
Have your lampstands filled with oil.
It's like it's almost like something a coach would do to prepare you for a game. Like you just need to be ready at all times.
Right.
There is no off days.
Right,
don't think he's coming back in a year and you get to spend the next 9 months being a jerk,
screwing around.
Keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah, keep your head on a swivel. So yeah, that's my thought. But that is a good question because I'm guilty of saying that when I've had people ask me, "Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about these people predicting?" And I'm like, "Look, because they predicted it, it's
not going to happen."
That's not entirely true,
right?
So I recant. Thanks, Jonathan.
Yeah. So hey, Sermonauts, we love questions, and so if you got questions for us, send it to notthesermon@gmail.com.
And also know that if I don't respond to you, which I only respond to about 2% of those emails, we read every single one of them. So like Steven and all of our guys, Jonathan, that send us emails, pretty frequently. I love you guys. I just, I think about responding. It's almost like when you think about sending a text, but you don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't love you guys. So there. All right, we are continuing this epi, and we are now coming to a segment. We haven't done this in a while.
Oh, no.
Eric's Edumakation. There it is.
That was delayed.
Well, my education has been very delayed. I'm 31.
If you guys don't know, Eric is in school, and so we use this segment as an opportunity to get some free learning from him. So what do you have for us today?
Yeah, so this is, I'm sorry, guys. You may want to pull over and recline your seat if you're driving and just put on your sleep mask because you're going to get a little bored with this one. But I'm actually really excited.
I don't think so.
I'm taking a class on church law and liability.
I'm positive we're going to get bored.
Yeah, so
no.
If you,
Look, you're one of our biggest liabilities. You need to listen.
Right now, and I'll explain to you, you are actually technically a liability for us right now because if you didn't know this, and I didn't know this, any agent of the church, including unpaid volunteers, falls under the liability of said organization.
So I can make some money?
No, someone can make some money off of us because of you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm being a good boy.
But anyways, yeah. So fun fact about me, before I wanted to do my first dream job ever, like all throughout high school, was I wanted to be a lawyer. Law has always interested me.
Okay. Hold on a second. You said lawyer.
Yeah.
Can we just agree it's lawyer?
Lawyer, whatever.
It's spelled law.
Yeah, lawyer. Lawyer. Dude, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. I can't even talk.
What? You're doing what?
Yeah, so lawyer. I wanted to be a lawyer. That just sounds unnatural. And so
the other sounds like you weren't a loiter.
I did want to be a loiterer one time too, which is also illegal.
Do you know you can't park? You can't be a loiter at the park. There's a sign at the park says "Do not loiter,"
which is technically what you're doing while you're there.
That's all you can do.
I thought that's what the point of it was.
Just hanging out in the park.
I think that's for the vagrants. A lot of cities, municipalities have vagrancy laws. But anyways, so I'm taking this class.
You wanted to be a lawyer when you were younger.
I wanted to be a lawyer, and but then the Lord changed my life, and I'm a minister, which they both lie. Am I right? But I'm taking this class, and I'm like super fearful right now.
Yeah.
Because I'm like reading stuff, like just intro
like case studies and
case
stuff.
studies, introduction to ministry law. And I'm like, dude, we are wide open to lawsuits, brother.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize this. A lot of people think that churches are protected from most lawsuits because we're a religious organization. However, most churches fall under even if you're a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Now you do have protections from civil lawsuits as a church, meaning you can actually discriminate as a church. In fact, by nature of your organization, you are a discriminatory institution.
Yeah, because if someone that was not a Christian wanted to be hired to teach Christian doctrine, we're going to say no.
We could say no. However, there is a loophole in that one. I just had to read a case study. Right now, if an atheist were to come to the church and say, "Hey, do you mind if I hand out atheist literature or wear an atheist shirt in your church?"
Yeah.
We could tell him, "No, hit the road, Jack," and fall under no liability for civil lawsuit.
And don't you come back no more.
No more.
Okay.
Or we could say yes and let the people decide.
Here's the problem. If we say yes, let's say, for instance, we hire an atheist sound guy and he wants to wear atheist shirts.
Yeah.
He now has legal protection to do so because he's entered into an an agreement with us. We knowingly or unknowingly hired an atheist and thus opened ourselves up to that civil aspect.
So that's my question. What if we hired a minister who then lost their faith or recounted, and then they wanted to continue to be employed here and teach doctrine that's not Christian?
Employment contract.
Okay.
Each employment contract, especially for a church, should include a faith and doctrine clause.
Okay.
Now, you could still fire them even if you didn't have that. Like, there are some pretty general protections for church.
Yeah.
But if you knowingly, I mean, because he changed the contract, right?
Right.
The other thing I learned is basically everything is a contract, including verbal contracts, unless it's stated that it's not one. So even, a brochure to a women's retreat is considered a contract. If something is not fulfilled or something happens, let's say someone gets injured on that.
It'll be a life-changing weekend. Hey, it was not a life-changing weekend.
Can we just make a general statement from the pulpit? Anything we hand out is not a contract and be covered by that?
Well, technically, if it's in your, you can have it in your bylaws. That's why bylaws are important, contracts. And we talk about this all the time. When I was in youth ministry, I inherited a youth ministry that was just open to frivolous lawsuits, basically. We had no literature. We had no like rule books or organizational papers, whatever. And so one of the things I did throughout my 8 years there was basically collect a notebook full of things, documents that I could point to say, this is our rules, and that was actually very helpful for me in a lot of cases. Like when it came to, I had students who identified as trans who wanted to join us on camp trips and overnight trips. And I could then point to
which bathroom they use and stuff.
Well, not necessarily that. I could basically say like, abide by our rules or don't go.
Right.
Which if, in a public setting, you'd be open to civil lawsuit.
Right.
But
can the rule be don't be trans?
Abide
by our rules.
Yes, if that is a faith statement. If it's a faith statement, they have to abide. Like I said, we're protected from a lot of civil lawsuits. Yeah. Guys, when you enter on a church property, you don't have the civil liberties that you once had before you got on the property.
Well, we have a marriage clause in our bylaws that just says, hey, we believe marriage is between one man and one woman, and we won't officiate weddings that are outside of those boundaries. And it says if the government ever says that churches have to do those sorts of officiate those sorts of weddings, we will no longer do civil unions for the state. We will simply do holy matrimony ceremonies for the church.
Yeah, and we're actually, and that's still, I would love to get more information. I always ask because we're not your typical 501c3. And that's intentional, if I'm correct in understanding.
Yeah, no, we were started as a charitable corporation.
Yeah, which is like similar laws as a 501, but we actually...
there's even more protection.
Yeah, but there's even more protection. But all that being said, a lot of churches, and if you're a lay leader, a church leader, a pastor, and you're listening right now, you need to know your bylaws like the back of your hand. And if you don't have a bylaw for a particular institution, whether it be youth ministry, out-of-town trips, church barbecues, trunk or treats, you've got to have one, because the biggest... the biggest danger for churches isn't in the civil liberties or religious freedom, like all that's protected constitutionally. The biggest liability for churches is what happens on their property.
Right.
So we don't think about this.
And I'll say this too. There have been instances, I have friends who are pastors, and not only has the church as an entity been sued, but they themselves
you can personally be sued.
Have been sued.
So here's a
terrifying.
Here's a case study I had to read. So you had two people under the age of 18. One acted inappropriately towards the other one sexually.
Yeah.
But they're both underage. Not only did the aggressing party come under lawsuit and his parents, but also the pastor of that church came under legal liability and lawsuit because of the actions of an underage student that he didn't even really know.
Well, so they don't have to prove any sort of like...
You do have to prove negligence.
Negligence, okay.
But there's a lot of things that people do that are negligent that you don't realize.
Like not having windows on doors.
Look, anytime you see windows on doors at a private institution, you know something terrible has happened there. Because a lot of people don't...
We have windows on most of our doors.
We did that naturally. That nothing terrible has happened here, but we just kind of decided, and I think I was a part of the squeaky wheel on that. Because you just open yourself up. But again, it's just something to think about. Like if you have a fall festival funeral, a Christmas celebration. Dude, if you have an uneven piece of sidewalk and you think like Sister Barbara would never sue you, Sister Barbara will sue you.
Yeah. We've had people get injured on campus before, and I remember thinking, God, please don't sue us over this. Like this is, like we'll help to the degree that we can. Like reasonably, but like, but it's such a litigious society, and people they get sue happy, and they think that a church is just going to have tons of resources available. And so they might get greedy, man. But that kind of stuff scares me, man. I'm not going to lie.
And it shouldn't scare the lead pastor. It should scare the administrative pastor, which is why you hire them to go and look at all this.
Oh, I think she's pretty scared.
And there's people like, you don't have to live in fear of this, but you need to be wise. You need to be prudent. You need, what is that whole thing about, being peaceful as doves and stuff like that?
Harmless as doves, wise as serpents.
Wise as serpents. Like that's just stuff because people they're litigious and they can be vindictive. Like if you hurt somebody's feelings, they could point back to an instance where something happened and sue you. Defamation is also something.
Can we write in our bylaws that we can't be sued? Would that work?
No, that's you're not protected from lawsuits inherently. And the last thing I'll say, this has always been interesting, but there's only 3 privileges that are protected by law. The first one is lawyer privilege with their client. The second one is
client-attorney privilege.
Client-attorney privilege. The second one is pastor privilege with their parishioners. And doctor-patient confidentiality falls under a different statute, but it's similar. There are some states that don't recognize pastor privilege with their clergy, but most do. So in the instance that you were aware that someone murdered someone, like they couldn't call you to the stand.
Okay.
Now it would be in your best interest I was
about to say, I think I would
to do
volunteer.
And there are limits, obviously, but that falls under the same thing as mandatory reporting, right? Which we had to deal with all the time here when we find out with daycare, if someone is a harm to themselves or someone else, we have to immediately report to authorities or a higher level in the institution because if something happens. Let's say someone comes to you and they're suicidal. And dude, they shoot someone and shoot themselves, and the family knew that they confided in you, like, I told my pastor. You are open to civil liability. They could sue your pants off.
Sure.
And
that's why we don't let that kind of thing specifically. We don't play with it. No,
it's like oh yeah, you want to do? Okay, I'll call you right back. And it's authorities, and thankfully we have police officers and stuff in our congregation that can handle things with sensitivity, but also by the law. But all that being said, I can nerd out about this stuff. But if you are a pastor or a church leader, talk to your pastor about their bylaws and their coverage. And if you're a volunteer, don't be a jerk because we have vicarious liability over you. And so if you do anything to harm someone, they could sue you and us, basically, even if you're unpaid. So, the law is interesting. And I think American law is interesting. It can be very litigious, but at the same time, we have a lot of legal protections. I mean, here's the thing. Laws,
we being like the church, you mean?
No, we in general.
Individuals.
Okay. Hey, Siri, define litigious. Thanks.
Open to litigation and legal action. But
thanks.
All that being said, lawsuits exist to make people whole.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why insurance, you hear about like insurance laws and stuff like that. Like recently I heard a case, this is actually in our community, where someone's daughter got into a car accident with an older gentleman, totaled the car and kind of injured him, but not bad. Well, their insurance didn't cover the full amount of that man's car. And they were shocked to know that old man could come after them, not the daughter. Rest. But for the parents, for the rest, because they were partial owners of the car. And they were freaking out. But I'm like, here's the thing. If you cause $50,000 in damage to that person, but your insurance only covered $30,000, you're not making him whole. He has the legal right to be made financially and, health-wise whole, so that's not a word. But anyways, that's Eric's Edumakation. Just be in complete fear of being sued all the time. Amen.
Amen. Alex, are you okay?
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, wake up.
I found out what litigious means.
Okay, congrats. All right, we need to end the episode very quickly. So here's what we're going to do. One word at a time. We're going to create the final sentence. Thank you for listening to Not the Sermon. Here we go. Alex, start.
Please.
No. Okay. Please. What?
You gave no rules.
Thank you. for listening to.
Please listen again. I don't know. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to
Reptiles.
Not the
Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of Victory Fellowship Church in Thomasville, Georgia. Eric and Jamie can be reached at emailing notthesermon@gmail.com.
Father to the fatherless, defender of the little kids, gracious and compassionate, wasn't it?